Okay, you haven't had a chance to see this machine since I did the head-to-head contest against the Contemporary Singer 4411, and this machine sitting on my workbench, it's obviously a 66-1, and I don't remember the date, but I mentioned it in the earlier videos. It's like 90 years old, and I got an email from a gentleman who's out of the country, and he said, hey, great head-to-head, and the fact that you showed it sewing off on that full leather. But I would love to see you try to sew through 2 layers of that full leather, almost making like a sheath with that hand crank. I'll bet you can't do it. I love a challenge. So I'm going to zoom in on the needle. See if we can get that thing to stop blurring there. That's irritating. Okay, that's pretty good, I think, right there. All right. So I'm going to show you that full leather again, the stuff that we sewed off in that particular head-to-head. This is unbelievably thick stuff. From an ounce standpoint, with a single layer, you're looking at about 6 ounces of full grain leather. If I take his challenge and I fold it like this, so that it's in a sheath fashion, kind of see that from the side. I'm going to bring my light in as well. We're looking at about 12 ounces of full leather. Do you think that this 66 can do that? I mean, we're talking, that's something that you would expect to see on a commercial type machine. But you know what? I've got a huge amount of confidence in my machines after they're serviced, and I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this full leather. Again, take a look at that. The thickness of that. That's crazy thick. Let's see what this machine can do with a task as difficult as that. I'm going to see if I can get her lined up on this side, and then we're going to sew around that entire edge. And I'm going to check my camera angle to make sure that you're going to be able to see this nice, close, and personal. And most importantly, that this gentleman that offered his gentleman's challenge can see it as well. All right, I think that's pretty daggone close right there. All right, here we go. All right, I'm warming my arm up, and let's give this a try. Well, I do believe I'll let you be the judge as to whether or not we succeeded. Give this a clip. All right, here again is the thickness of this full leather that we just went through, right there. We're talking 12 ounces of full leather. Here's our top stitch. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful stitch. It kind of compressed over here because I was trying to go up and over that hill, and I didn't apply any pressure down on the leather as I was doing that. And there's our lock stitch. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'd love to say it's simply that the 66 is magical. It's not. When it comes to servicing a machine, to have the capacity to do something like this, I'm going to see if I'm close enough. I really, really, really want this gentleman to see what this 66 just did. With a task like this. All right, there's our stitching right there. Top stitch. You be the judge. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful stitch. The formation, the spacing is just spectacular. Look at it again from the side, what we just went through. I can't see because I'm kind of shooting this on my own, but that is at least 12 ounces of leather right there. And if we turn it over again, and I'm going to check my camera angle just to make sure that I'm not misleading you as far as what you can see versus what I can see in front of me. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. This again is going to be our lock stitch. And everything about that lock stitch is just picture perfect all the way down. And I took his challenge, I sewed it, and I'll zoom out so you've seen the stitches up close and personal. Alright, hopefully I don't cut my head off. I've done that a couple times recently as far as trying to get the shot just right. I guess I'm taller in the saddle than I realized. Here's our sheath right here. I'll take my scissors and put them in there. And this again is the top stitch and the lock stitch. I'm going to lean it against there as a final shot, if I can get it to stand and cooperate. Everything else has gone pretty well. I'll also give these a quick clip so that they don't get in the way. So do you know what? I like challenges. I've never run from a challenge in my life. And when it comes to what my vintage machines are capable of doing, I'm not ashamed to show them off. Look at that stitch. Stitch is more impressive than my camera work, that's for sure. So again, 2 extremely thick layers of full leather made in the form of a sheath, complements of a hand crank 66-1 prepared by yours truly. Challenge met. I'm waiting for the next one.